Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and we try to improve our game together using various GTO solutions. We've been exploring quite a few of them already. Now we're exploring GTO Wizard. We're doing different training drills, different spots, and I've just started playing this full hand mid-stack spot. Already played 3 hands. Realized that it wasn't recording as I intended, so I had to restart it. But let's continue here. Let's see what we have. Ace Jack off, low Jack under the gun opens. Do we call here? Do we 3-bet? I think mostly with this hand we should 3-bet because we want to isolate. What do we do when the villain shoves 35 bigs? I think we don't go with this. Yeah, we don't. And yeah, yeah, actually, well, 1 second. Actually, yeah, it's 100% fold. I was wondering if it's 100% or not. When King 4 off from the small blind, we simply fold. King 9 suited, we're gonna open from low Jack. We get called by the big blind. Flop is 9-7-6 rainbow. We're gonna continue here, but for how much? I think we're gonna continue for a third. Solver doesn't like the sizing, but the big blind called. Blank on the turn means we're gonna try and put more pressure on the big blind and bet now 60% pot. Again, very small frequency. We see now the big blind is leading for a third pot bet on the 6 of spades on the river, and we're just gonna call here. And we see that the villain had an 8. Let's see on the flop what frequencies or what sizing the solver picks, and it's a half pot bet 70% of the time, and then 3/4 18% of the time, and then also some checking 9% of the time. And then if you go to the turn, we see on the turn the solver is sticking with the 80% pot bet sizing nearly always. But all these options, well, both these options have very similar EV, so that's fine. Jack 6 off, we're gonna fold on the cutoff on 25 bigs. Pocket 3s on 35 bigs. Is there an open? Is there a fold? I like to open this, but yeah, we see the solver is not doing that often, just 22% of the time. And on this flop, we're gonna continue for a small 20% pot bet, and we're gonna fold versus a raise. And if you see pre-flop, it should be a fold 8 out of 10 times. Queen 4 off, we fold on the cutoff. 7 deuce is a fold. 7-6 offsuit, fold. 10-3, easy fold. King 8 on the small blind versus an open is a fold. Ace King versus an open from under the gun is a 3-bet. And we see on the stack size the solver's also shoving with some frequency. Now the flop is 7-6-5 with 2 spades, and the villain continues for 20% pot. I think we just call this here 100%. Yeah. Now a 10 on the turn. Villain continues betting, and now the 20% pot bet. I think we still got a call, but we do some folding here as well. And on this river versus a third pot bet, do we call or do we give up on this hand? Yeah, I kind of feel like we gotta give up, even though the price is too good, and we see the solver is calling here 60% of the time and folding 40%, and the villain has got pocket fives. Queen 10 offsuit on 35 bigs is a fold under the gun. Queen 10 suited, on the other hand, from the small blind, we're obviously opening. And on a Jack 9-4, we're gonna continue for this sizing 4 of hearts on the turn. I think we can go for a check. And on the 6 of clubs on the river, we're gonna bet 7, and we get called by ace 8. And if we see pre-flop, solver likes limping a lot. Then on the flop, it chooses the sizing that we went with, but also does a third of the time check. And then on the turn, we see it kind of goes into all the options, but likes to bet big 33% of the time, and then full pot 15% of the time. And on the river, it goes big again, so it shoves 44% of the time, and we don't have that sizing at all. Maybe we should. And then betting close to pot 22% of the time, and then also checking 10%. Cool. Ace 4 off from the cutoff. We're gonna open, and the solver is not opening this hand, but that's fine. We're gonna continue for a third pot. Go called. Deuce of hearts on the turn. We're gonna now bet half pot. Get called again, and another deuce on the river means we are shoving it, and we get called by ace 3. But if we take a look on the pre-flop, the solver is folding here 100% of the time on the cutoff on 25 bigs, which I cannot really understand. How can we fold ace 4 offsuit on 25 bigs from the cutoff if the action folds to us? Seems quite too tight, but has to be right, I guess. It's the GTO. We're gonna fold 10 deuce offsuit. We're gonna fold 10 deuce offsuit for the second time in a row. Ace deuce suited versus an open from low jack, we're gonna call. The solver's not doing that. We're gonna fold on this flop, and we see pre-flop we should be folding 100% of the time. Our hand from hijack, yeah. King 6 offsuit, folding. 9-4 offsuit, folding from the big blind, but yeah, also the solver likes to defend quite wide. Jack 3 suited is a fold. King 3 suited is a fold. Jack 10 offsuit from the button. I can't imagine it's not an open, and thankfully it is. We get 3-bet from the big blind. Now do we call with this hand or do we fold? I'm fine with folding, but I kind of also feel that solver is gonna like to call some, but yeah, we see the solver is folding 100% again as well, so that's good. A7 offsuit under the gun on 25 bigs is a fold. 7-3 suited from hijack is a fold, and we've got, oh, I said we've got 40 hands, but we don't. We've got 28 hands now, 29, and this will be our last hand, but yeah, it's not a hand we can play. 8-3 offsuit, so we're gonna finish here. 30 hands, acceptable score, 87%, not bad. And that'll be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.